Hello everyone, welcome back to Yasin Innovations channel. This is a channel whereby you're going to get all the financial literacy related contents. Here we are talking about how you can grow financially, and here is the place to be. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more notifications on the videos that I'm going to upload every time on the YouTube channel here. This is Yasin Innovations, the channel name. My name is Yasin. Don't forget to like the video, smash the like button, share the video to family and friends for more notifications, for them to get the education related to the financial literacy here. Welcome back. So we had promised to talk about how you can change your debt into profits in the last conversation that we had. So today I want to take you back to the point whereby I promised you to teach you how you can change the debts or obligations into profits and make the profits back into assets and wealth. And this is how a human being can survive without any financial problems. So when you have an obligation, you have an interest, very big interest to pay back, because everyone wants to be free from debts. But this is not how it goes. It all depends on how profitable the debt is to you. If the debt is profiting, the better. If the debt is taking you back onto losses, the worse. So it all depends on what was the intention of you to borrow the loan, or what was your intention to get yourself into those obligations. You get me right? Is the place. So when you borrow a loan, you borrow with a certain intention. One free advice today: never borrow a loan to pay debts. Never borrow a loan to pay debts. And never borrow a loan for expenditure. Borrow a loan for more purchase of assets. Do you get me right? So here, I want to teach you today how you can borrow a loan, buy an asset, increase the value of that asset, make the asset grow, sell it, and have the value on top of it. So for example, when you go to banks don't like thinkers. Don't forget that. Banks don't like thinkers. So when you go to borrow a loan, purchase a property which is increasing in value. That is an asset. Forget about the assets that are taught in school. That assets, you have the current assets and the long-term assets. Those are stupid definitions of assets. An asset is anything that increases value and brings money into your pocket every time. So an asset is not, we don't classify assets as current and long-term assets, or short-term and long-term assets. Those are areas that are taught in schools that are meant to smash your ideas of making money or being financial free. Yeah. So an asset is anything that brings money into your pockets, unlike liabilities. Liabilities is anything that removes money from your pocket every time. So think of it. So buy an asset. This, for example, a house, a farmland, a plot, or a land, any kind of land. Like we've said, a house. So when you go and buy these things, farmland, a house, this means that every land is increasing in value. Every land is increasing in value. For example, if you get a loan of $1 million, if you go and get a loan of $1 million, you purchase the land. That land increases in value in every day. So after 1 year, you're not going to buy it to sell the land at the same value that you bought it. That is $1 million. You're going to sell it maybe $1.2 million. So this $200,000 is your profit. In other terms, on the assets, you call it the capital growth. Capital growth is any increase of value from a property that you bought. So you don't call it profits. So after you sell it, that is what you call the profits. So this profit, you can use it to do something else better. For example, going back to buy another land. So for example, let's take, for example, this land of yours had a house. If this land had a house, you bought it at $1 million. I'm sorry, not 1 billion, $1 million. So when you buy a land at $1 million with a house, we have two properties here. You have the land, we have the house. So this house is also increasing in value because the place that the land is also increasing in value. So the value of the land relates to the value of the house. So the value of the land increases the increment of the value of the house. So don't forget, these are double capital growth, because a house is a property and land is a property. So when you go to sell the two, you're going to sell the two at different prices because you're going to include the value of the house to the value of the land. So for example, you bought them at $1 million together with the house together. So give the value of the land, that is $1.2 million, and then the value of the house, maybe when you are buying it, you are given the value of the house as $100,000. So you bought at $1.1 million. So while selling the land and so that the total value of the cost that you bought is $1.1 million. When you go to sell, you're going to sell the land at a value of $1 million plus its capital growth. This is maybe the capital growth according to the environment and the booming of the assets in the region is $200,000. So the value of the land itself is going to be $1.2 million. So add the value of the house. You bought the house at $100,000. So you include the value of it. So the booming of the assets in the area and the demand of houses in the region is high. So it has grown at a double income. So you're going to sell it at $200,000. So $1.2 million plus $200,000, that is 1.4. So you can see you've increased a value of $300,000 from 1.4 minus 1.1, the principal amount, that is $1.4 million. So your capital growth, the capital growth of the two assets is $300,000. The land $200,000 and the house $100,000. So you can see you have a difference. So when you go to buy land, consider what is in that land. So when borrowing a loan to buy an asset which is immovable, it cannot move. This includes a house or a land. So in that land, ask yourself, what is the value of that land? What does it have in it? Does it have a house? And in the region, can we have a booming of the assets? After how long? Do you get me right? So here we have the profits of $300,000. This is incredible. Try it. Don't get loans to buy assets that are so-called assets, cars, and some liabilities that you are taught in schools that are assets. No, an asset is anything that brings income to your pockets. For example, this land that we've talked about here with a house, you can keep renting it for the time being before the booming of the assets increases there. If it doesn't have a house, you can go on doing some business there. If it's a big land, you can cultivate. You can practice farming there. If it's a small land, you can do something later. Yeah. This is how I can teach you to change an asset into wealth. So your wealth, like I told you earlier in the previous conversation, wealth is measured in time. Richness is measured in dollars. So when you have this profit of yours from the borrowed loan that you bought a profit with, you've gotten this amount as a profit, $300,000. So these were richness. So the way you manage these $300,000, it all depends whether you're going to purchase more assets or you're going to spend it. So it all includes with your daily expenditure or your monthly expenditure. So turn it into wealth. Make sure your expenditure gets minimal day by day. Minimize your expenditure. Monthly, you're going to find out that this $300,000 can feed you in so long. And that's wealth. You can survive with it for long. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Yasin Innovations. Here you're going to get more videos every time that I post. Smash the like button, share the video with family and friends. The subscription put or click the button of the all subscriptions for you to be getting notifications on every video that I post. Thank you very much. Meet you next time. Definitely out. Cheers, man. Thank you.